Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Mukesh Pareek, the director of Cosmos Institute, situated in Jaipur. Friends, here is a slideshow of the most important books they ask you in NET examination. These are called classics. What is the need to understand and remember the names of the writers and these books? Let me remind you that more than 40% questions are either asked on the characters of different books or the names of the books or their dates of publications. Friends, I have a huge library and I was planning to make my students aware about the books, their cover pages, their characters, and here is the result of that idea. Unfortunately, in India, and I guess everywhere in the world today, most of the students have stopped reading classics. And I think this gesture of asking questions in NET examination, the names of the classics, is to make the future teachers, professors aware about these classics so that we can understand the spirit of learning and the spirit of humanity. What is the need to understand the names of not only these classics, but also the other books of the same writers? Like you see in these pictures, while taking the photographs of their cover pages, I was thinking that how many of us have access to these books in original? Make it sure that you don't fall in the category where students go to the internet and read the summaries and they feel baffled when in the exam they find either the questions based on dialogues or sometimes the first lines and the last lines of the novels. It is very easy to remember the first lines and the last lines of the novels and the dramas. But what about the names of the books? It is immensely pleasurable for all of us, the students of English literature, that when we see a book, whether we are in the habit of reading books or not, but we feel a desire, uncontrollable desire, to have access to these books. But I keep motivating my students that accumulating books and stuffing your libraries with books is not sufficient. You need to have an urge to read them. You can make a good regime of finding not more than half an hour in the morning and 1 or 1.5 hours in the evening before sleeping to read at least by ruffling through certain pages of the classics. But make it sure that you should have either a Kindle or a bedside shelf where you have easily accessible books. For example, when I was taking these photographs, I was feeling immensely satisfied in the core of my heart that at least my students will come to know about these books.